Hi, good morning.
Hello,
What's your name?
my name is Jefferson.
Nice to meet you, Jefferson. I'm Grace. And where are you from?
I'm from Brazil, from the
You're from
northeast of
Brazil.
the country.
Ah, very nice. Okay. And I think you mentioned yesterday that you're hoping to improve your English and maybe at some point sit the IELTS exam. And when would you, or why would you like to sit the IELTS exam, do you think?
I don't have a specific time to do it,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I will in the future because I want to do a master's degree in some
Okay.
English country, so I will need
Mm-hmm.
it.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. And what kind of master's degree do you think you'd like to do?
Now I'm undergraduate in economics. I'm doing the
Okay.
college, and
Mm-hmm.
I intend this area.
Okay, very nice. Okay, excellent. So I see you have requested a specific lesson plan that's geared towards IELTS, so we will begin. Okay, so IELTS speaking part one, lesson seven, food and restaurants. So just a quick overview of today's lesson. So we're going to have, well, you probably already understand the IELTS exam overview, so we can maybe skip that, but we'll have a look at some key vocabulary, some examiner tips, a few mock questions. I'll give you some feedback and then we can read through some sample answers. Okay, so I presume you're already pretty familiar with the IELTS exam and the structure, is that right?
Yes, I never did the exam
Yeah.
before. I just see these lessons with another teacher from
Yeah.
Australia, but he is
Mm-hmm.
available in these types.
Ah, okay. I see. I see. Okay, so we can skip through all of this. Okay, so with your tutor, review the pronunciation and meaning of these terms. So would you mind reading out these three phrasal verbs for me?
Okay, to be reminded of, to
Mm-hmm.
dive in or to dine out, to
Mm-hmm.
dig in.
Okay, perfect. And do you know the meaning of these three, or would you like me to explain them?
The first one I know, but the
Mm-hmm.
last one I didn't know.
So to dig in means to eat very quickly. So you really dig into your food. You're really hungry, so you're eating your food very, very quickly. So to dig in.
Okay,
Okay. And then the two nouns. Would you mind reading these two out for me?
um, cuisine,
Cuisine, cuisine.
cuisine,
Hmm.
and meal,
Yeah, excellent. And do you know what those two mean?
cuisine, no.
Okay, so cuisine is the food of a country. So, for example, Brazil might be. I'm trying to think what might be for Brazil. Like for example, you have like brigadeiros or something like any traditional foods are like the cuisine of a country. Foods which are unique to a country, if that makes sense.
Okay, like brigadeiro.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't think of any Brazilian foods off the top of my head. Literally in the morning for me. Okay, and adjectives. Would you mind reading these three adjectives out for me?
Revenos,
Ravenous.
nutritious,
Mm-hmm.
and flavorful.
Excellent. And do you know what those three mean?
Revenos, I don't know.
You're unsure about ravenous means? So ravenous means like really, really hungry. So you would say, I'm absolutely ravenous. So I'm really, really hungry. No worries. Okay, and would you mind reading out these phrases and collocations for me?
Uh, Fuzzy either,
Mm-hmm.
balanced diet, absolute
Mm-hmm.
favorite,
Mm-hmm.
show ingredients, and daily
Uh-huh.
basis.
Excellent. And is there anything there that you don't understand?
No, I know.
And then finally, the linking words. Would you mind reading these out for me?
Once in a while, nowadays, and
Mhm.
overall.
Excellent. And is there anything there that you don't understand?
I know.
Perfect. Excellent. Okay, so examiner's tips. So expand your answers. So try not to give like one sentence answers. So the example question here is, when do you normally eat dinner? Would you mind reading out the good answer for me?
I usually eat dinner at 6 p.m.
Uh-huh. And now the better answer.
I eat dinner around 6 p.m. because I'm hungry when I get home from work.
Excellent. And finally, the best answer.
Well, I get home from work around 6:30, 5:30, sorry, and I often
Mhm.
start cooking dinner right away, so I usually eat around 6 p.m. I'm always starving when I get home.
Okay, excellent. Very good. Okay, so examiner's tips. So know the difference. So common part one topic, hometown versus neighborhood. So your hometown is where you grew up as a child. If you grew up in more than one place, you can choose which place you would like to describe. And your neighborhood is the street and streets around you where you currently live. So why can't sorry, why don't you tell me a little bit about your hometown and a little bit about your neighborhood?
Well, now I live in a big city
Mm-hmm.
because I'm studying and working here, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
from a small town around 1 hour from here.
Okay.
So it's very large in terms of
Mm-hmm.
area, but it is very small in terms of area. It's large,
Mm-hmm.
and so we don't have many jobs there. It's a calm
Mm-hmm.
city. We don't have a violence like a big city.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like to
Okay.
spend weekend, it's very interesting there because you can relax.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too
Mm-hmm.
crazy about music and other concerts and this kind of things like a big city. So I grew up there, and my family is there as well. I
Mm-hmm.
study from the basic to the high school,
Mm-hmm.
and I did much there. I just was I grew there, and I spent my
Mm-hmm.
vacations in the farm of
Mm-hmm.
of my relatives, and yes, just like that.
Okay. Excellent. Very good. Okay, so examiner's tips, so useful phrases. So sometimes you may be unsure about how you feel about a topic. So these phrases and bold can be used to express different opinions. So would you mind reading out these four sentences for me?
Okay, I had mixed thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Was but also excited. Here's
Mm-hmm.
about her new album, songs but not others. I
Mm-hmm.
still feel conflict about rejecting the promotion. It was for more money, but I wasn't comfortable with all the duties. I can't make up my mind. I'm torn between going to Spain or Denmark.
Okay, excellent. So do you think that you understand the meanings of the phrases in bold, or would you like me to explain any of them a little bit more for you?
Only the last one. I'm torn. It's like conflict.
Yeah, a little bit like conflict, so you can't fully decide.
Okay.
Perfect. So can you try making a sentence of your own with each of the phrases in black? So this one, this
Okay.
one, this one,
Mixed
this one.
feeling. Okay. When I was to choose what kind of college with graduation I would do. I will have to do. I have mixed feelings because we suffer
Mm-hmm.
many pressures from our relatives, our parents,
Mm-hmm.
and our friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I was extremely conflict about this because we have to do something for the
Mm-hmm.
spend a few years studying that. And this time I
Mm-hmm.
was a little bit torn about if I will do a master's degree or just work in the private
Mm-hmm.
sector or do a contest for the public sector. So it's
Mm-hmm.
something that I'm a little ambivalent about what job
Okay.
I can do in
Excellent.
the future.
Perfect. Excellent. Very good. Fantastic work. Okay, so let's do some practice questions. So, how often do you cook?
Uh, I don't cook very much because
Mm-hmm.
I work out, so
Mm-hmm.
I can get to my home in the lunch time, so I have to lunch in my workplace,
Mm-hmm.
and at night I actually in other days, not today, but in other days, I have dinner in my college because I get there a little early and I have
Mm-hmm.
classes to almost 11 p.m. So I
Okay.
have dinner there.
Okay. Excellent. Very good. And do you think you'd like to be able to cook more often?
Yes, because this gives you more independence
Mm-hmm.
because you can face some situations that the sources beyond your own performance
Mm-hmm.
in the kitchen.
Absolutely. Very good. Okay, so what dish do you most enjoy cooking?
Here in Brazil, it's to cook rice
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
the beef and do the salad. It's very easy to do it. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to cook, so more easy it is. I like the most.
Good. Okay. Excellent. So I'm guessing that's why you like making that one. So rice or salad because it is easy. Okay, excellent. Okay, so would you say that you have a healthy diet?
I'm not sure about this, but I think the dinner that I eat in my college it's very healthy, and
Mm-hmm.
my lunch is no 100%, but it's good as well, I
Mm-hmm.
suppose.
Okay, very good. Excellent. And why do you think that?
Because we have some college, we have some nutrition that look to
Mm-hmm.
the cooks that are made there in the restaurant. So I think I'm confident related to this.
Okay, excellent. Very good. Okay, so I can give you some feedback now. So I think your strengths are definitely your vocabulary. You have a really wide range of very specific vocabulary for each question, so that's excellent. Your grammar is perfect. You don't seem to make any sort of grammatical errors throughout sentences. And then your fluency seems quite good. It's very easy to understand what you're saying. You're able to get your point across every single time. And the only thing maybe you can improve on ever so slightly is, I guess, your pronunciation. But even then, your pronunciation is already pretty good. So you're doing a really good job. And also, you always make sure to expand on your answers as opposed to giving one word sentences, which is very, very good. So well done so far. Okay, so no
Thank you.
worries. Now we're going to take a look at some sample answers. So this is the first one. So how often do you cook and would you like to be able to do so more often? Would you mind reading the sample answer out for me, please?
I try to cook nutritious meals on a daily basis. I enjoy cooking for the reward of eating what I have prepared. However, I would like to be able to prepare proper breakfast more frequently. During the week, I but on
A
the
bagel, yeah.
to or French toast.
Excellent, very good. Okay, so the next one. So, what dish do you enjoy cooking, and why do you like making that one? Would you mind reading this answer out for me here?
Yes, my absolute favorite dish to prepare is a calzone. Is it right?
Calzone, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an Italian word, so don't worry about it too much.
Okay, because it reminds me of my childhood. I was a fuzzy eater, and it used it to
Fussy,
be
fussy,
fuzzy,
fussy. Yeah,
fussy,
yeah, yeah.
fussy
Excellent.
eater
So
or
yeah, so
eater.
the difference between fussy and fuzzy. So fussy means you're picky, and fuzzy means you're soft.
Oh, fussy,
Yeah,
uh,
fussy. Excellent. Yeah.
fussy eater or eater,
Either, yeah.
eater,
Yeah.
fussy eater, and it used it to be my. That would say let me straight out the dot when I was young.
Stretch out the
So
dough. Yeah.
dog,
Dough.
dough. Okay,
Yeah, just dough. Yeah.
the dough when I was young. So I'm always reminded of. So I am always reminded of her when I make the dishes nowadays.
Okay, very good. Okay, so the next one. So would you say that you have a healthy diet, and why do you say that? Would you mind reading this answer out for me here?
Okay, overall, yes, I would say that I'm pretty healthy. I usually prepare home cooked meals with lots of vegetables for my family. We eat a balanced diet. However, I do eat out once in a while, and I definitely enjoy dessert after dinner.
Okay, excellent, very good. Okay, perfect. So today in this part of the lesson, you practice some IELTS Part 1 questions, vocabulary to talk about food and restaurants, and tips and tricks to be successful. So now we're going to have a look at some extra activities. Okay, so practice using these idioms in a sentence. So, carry out or take out is food that you pick up from a restaurant and eat elsewhere. To eat like a horse is to eat a lot, and to eat like a bird is to eat a little. So, could you try making 3 sentences with those idioms?
Okay. On weekends, I usually want to carry out my food.
Mm-hmm.
So I take off from the iFood sometimes. Second one,
Yeah.
when in my hometown, in my relative's house, I
Mm-hmm.
usually eat like a horse because my mother cooks and my aunt cooks. It's very delicious, as well as my grandma foods.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm with the how can I say this stressful schedule,
Yeah, when
I
you're.
yes I usually eat like a bird
Mm-hmm.
because I'm focused on other things.
Mm-hmm. Excellent, very good work. Okay, so extra practice, so confused words. So explain the differences or write essay an example. So beside and besides. Do you know the difference between those two words?
Beside is like when you have a place close to another one,
Yeah, exactly.
and beside you were doing a phrase, so you want to contrast the with
Yeah,
the previous one.
kind of. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Or you can say like as well as. So besides cooking, I also like
Like a compliment.
eating, that sort of thing. So you can also say as well as, or yeah, you can also use it to contradict. You're absolutely right.
I can say I like to go to my college. Besides, I want to be in my house.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you would more phrase it like besides going to college, I like to be in my house. So besides would probably be at the front of the sentence in that case.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. And last and
Like the-
latest.
Besides basketball,
Sorry.
it's like the second phrase.
Yeah,
Besides
exactly.
basketball,
Yeah,
I play soccer.
exactly. So besides basketball, I play soccer and tennis. Exactly.
It's like a compliment.
Kind of. Yeah, a little bit.
Oh,
Okay, so the next one. So last and latest. Do you know the difference between those two?
well, last is the okay. It's the last one. You don't have any more.
Yeah, exactly. The last one. Very good.
And last
Latest. Latest.
last and later
Yeah.
recent. You can
Yeah,
do
the
another one,
most
but the
recent.
recent is this one.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. So last is final, and then latest is most recent. Exactly. Very good. Okay, so we're going to have a few more practice questions. So, do you prefer desktops or laptops?
Laptops. It's
Laptops.
easy
Okay,
to
and why
carry
do you
out.
prefer laptops? Okay, very good.
It's easy to carry out. You can use it in your bed. You can use your desk. You can use it in your work.
Hmm. Excellent. Very good. And do you often use a dictionary?
The traditional one more, but
Hmm.
I use sometimes in the internet the dictionaries that we have here. In English, I like to use the
Hmm.
Cambly because you
Hmm.
can see the meaning, the phrases, the pronunciation.
Hmm. Excellent. And what do you usually use the internet for?
I used to study like we're doing now.
Hmm.
I used to watch some news,
Hmm.
documentaries, and
Hmm. Okay, excellent. And finally, number four, if you could learn a musical instrument, what would it be?
I I'm learning the violin, so it's a little complicated, but
Violin.
I'm trying.
Okay, okay. So you're trying to learn the violin. And why are you trying to learn the violin?
I don't know. I like the classic music, and I was inspired by André Rieu. I don't know if you heard about him.
Hmm. I
And
don't think so.
I yes, and because I think it's
Hmm.
use your body in some positions that is not common to our body. So I want to
Hmm.
try to exercise my mind.
Hey, oh, that's interesting. Okay, very good. Okay, so we have around 6 minutes left, so I think we can just have some free talking time at the end. So why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm 22 years old and
Hmm.
I live in the states of Bahia here.
Hmm.
I don't know if probably
Yeah, sounds very good. Yeah.
uh, yes, you have lots of beats here. Now I'm living in the second largest city of the state.
Oh,
But
wow.
my hometown is called
Mm-hmm.
Ipira, IPI or A. A
Mm-hmm.
strange name for an English speaker
Mm-hmm.
because it's an indigenous name. And I came
Mm-hmm.
to this city, Feira de Santana is the second large one, to study economics in my college and to work.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm working at a bank. My contract
Mm-hmm.
ends in December. I hope God.
Okay.
And I am the same.
Okay, so you're not a big fan of working at the bank.
No, and I'm in
Okay.
this.
What,
Yeah,
go ahead, say. What were you gonna say?
I'm the seventh semester of my college.
Okay,
Sorry,
amazing. Very good. I said, and I said, why don't you like working at the bank? So what's so bad about it?
very stressful to deal with some people, and it's very complicated because you have lots of people in the agency, and you have to deal with the people, deal
Mm-hmm.
with some goals of the bank because it's a private bank, and all the pressures related. And above
Mm-hmm.
all, I don't do the things that I learned in college, so
Okay.
it's like a waste of time. This study that
Okay.
I have been made.
Okay, so you're not using any of your like gained knowledge. So it's too stressful. It's not very enjoyable. Okay, I see.
Yes.
Okay,
Is it
and
raining here?
in where I am, yes, it is raining, unfortunately.
Yes. Yeah.
And outside of your work and your studies, what are some of your pastimes and your hobbies?
Uh, I don't have many time to do some
Okay,
hobbies, but when I have it, I want to study English and
study
watch
English.
some movies and documentaries. Sometimes I go to the farm when
Mm-hmm.
I am in my hometown, or
Mm-hmm.
trying to play the violin.
Or try to play violin. Okay, excellent. And what kind of movies or documentaries do you like to watch?
The historical one.
Historical ones. Okay, okay. So you prefer like factual over fiction then?
Yes. But I like
Oh, okay.
fiction like Harry Potter. I love it, and other kinds of fantasy movies
Mhm.
as well.
Very nice. And do you have a particularly favorite like TV show or documentary that you like the most?
Usually the program with Ellen, but it's end.
Hmm.
So,
Okay. Oh
but
no. Okay. So now you have
yes,
to find a new favorite.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Very. Said that you're in your seventh semester of your university. So when will you graduate?
I hope at the end of next year.
Hmm. Okay, that's good. That's good. And is it quite stressful at the moment? Do you have to do any sort of thesis or anything like that?
Sorry.
Is university quite stressful at the moment? Like, do you have a lot of work to do?
Yes, because now I'm working with other teacher helping the students and
Okay,
the subject, and I'm doing some research in the college.
okay, okay. So you work as a teaching assistant.
Yes,
Okay, okay. And what kind of things do you help teach?
monetary, economic,
Oh, okay,
especially this one. Yeah,
okay, okay. And do you enjoy teaching, or are you just doing it to get the experience?
I'm starting now, so I have some difficulties to
Hmm.
related to these people because you have to know some things that they don't know because you have to
Okay.
pass to this crazy students. But
Hmm.
it's a very interesting experience because you talked with many colleagues.
Hmm.
And
Okay, that's nice. And I guess you get to meet people outside of your own course as well.
yes,
Mhm.
very often.
Okay, I think the connection is a little bit bad this morning. Okay, so unfortunately, we are coming to the end of this lesson, but I hope you enjoyed today's lesson and it was lovely to meet you. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks so much.
You too. Thank you so much. I'll stay another class for
Bye.
next
Take
week.
care.